Hey class, good afternoon. We'll get started in a couple of minutes. All right, let's go ahead and get started for today. Please remember to keep your microphone on mute while you are listening. Of course, you can turn it on when it's your turn to speak or you want to ask a question. If it's possible, try to find a quiet space for class time. You can always use the chat box if you want to type in questions or comments. And let's go ahead and get started today. So before we get into our lesson, I wanted to show you our calendar. So for those of you who are new to class and you weren't here last month when we began our first day of the semester, this is a calendar that we looked at together. These are the things that are going to be going on in our class for this semester. So we started our class January 12th, and then we did our first test or our pre-exam on January 14th. Okay. So if you were not here on January 14th, make sure that you are here next week on February 11th. Okay. We're going to be taking the test. I'm going to be presenting it to you, giving you more information about it. I'm going to tell you more about the test and tell you how to take it. Okay. And then I'm going to give you the rest of the class so that you can do that exam by yourself. So if you were here last month and you were in my class on January 14th and you took your exam, you don't need to worry about it. Next week on February 11th, you will not have class. There won't be a lesson, so you can take the day off. I only need my new students who have not tested to show up on February 11th. Okay. Just a few other dates here. March 11th, again, there will be no class. It will only be a day for all the new students who start class in March to give them a chance to take the test. Okay. March 15th through 19th is spring break for the kids in Dallas. Okay. So we will not be having class that week. I know some of you guys are parents and you might or might not have your kids with you right now, but I know for spring break, people want to take a vacation, they want to spend time with their family. So we won't be having class that week. Okay. April, I'm going to give one more chance for new students to take the exam. So there will be no class that day, just the pretest if you haven't taken it. Okay. And then May 12th is going to be our last testing day for all students. we're going to take our final test or our post exam, and then May 13th is our last day of class. Okay. So if you want to write this down on your calendar, keep it in your phone. That way, you know what days we will not be having class, what days we will be testing. If there's anything else that comes up, I'll let you know. If for some reason we have to cancel class one day, I'll just send you an email. Okay. I'll be emailing you to the email address that you use to register for the Zoom class. And I'll just let you know if there's no class that day. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and get into our lesson for today. We are continuing to talk about health. And so we're looking at things like going to the doctor, making an appointment, vocabulary having to do with health. It really is important for you to know how to speak about health because if you're ever in a situation where you're sick or someone you know goes to the emergency room or you have to go to the doctor by yourself, it's important to be able to know how to speak about your health and your body. Okay. So we'll be looking at some more vocabulary words and some conversation practice today. So let's go ahead and dive right into that. I would like you to take a few seconds to read these examples by yourself. Okay. So just take a few quiet seconds and read through some of this information. Okay, so here we're looking at three different phrases. Now, they might be familiar to you from last week. We did talk about these two. So we're just going to review them again today. And then I want to talk to you a little bit more about to change an appointment. Okay. Let's look at this first one. It's the phrase to schedule an appointment. To schedule an appointment. What does this mean? Well, it simply means it's another way to say to make an appointment. Okay. And so if you're going to use to schedule an appointment, the conversation will go a little bit like this. So you're going to say, I need to schedule an appointment for Monday. How about 2 p.m.? That's fine. Thank you. All right. So if you're on the phone or you go in person to the doctor's office, this is how you would ask to create a new appointment for you. Okay. Now, in order to confirm an appointment, this means to find out when your appointment is or to check that your appointment is still okay. All right. So, really, in this situation, you would call the doctor or they would call you to confirm your appointment. So, for example, if you call them, you can say, I need to confirm my appointment. Okay. And the doctor's office will tell you your appointment is at 5 p.m. on Monday. Now, what a lot of doctors are doing nowadays is that instead of calling you to confirm your appointment, some of them will send you a text message to confirm your appointment, or they'll send you an email. Okay. This is just a way to making sure that the appointment you created is still going to happen. Now, the last phrase here would be to change an appointment. If you're going to change or cancel an appointment, it's usually because you have to choose a new time or a new date. And so that conversation would go a little bit like this. You would probably call them, I need to change my appointment. When would you like to come in? Can I come in next week? That's fine. You can come in next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Okay, so if you're talking to them on the phone, that's kind of how it would go. Now, I will tell you, it's good to practice this because not only can you use this when making an appointment at the doctor, you can also use these phrases for any kind of appointment. Like if you need a call to the hair salon or to the nail salon, or you need to make an appointment with an insurance agent, or maybe an appointment with the principal at your child's school. Okay. These are the same kinds of sentences and phrases that you will be using to make that appointment. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at the next one. So we have some vocabulary words here. If the doctor ever asks you, how are you feeling? If your friends ever ask you, how are you today? These are some of the ways you can respond in regards to your health and your body. Okay. So take a few seconds to read over these. Okay, so in the first row, you will see things that end with ache, ache, ache. This is the correct way to pronounce this. Okay, ache, ache. It has a k, k sound. Okay, the ch you say ache. So you can talk about anything that is giving you pain or discomfort. So you can say a backache. For example, if you have an ear infection, you can say an earache, a headache, a stomach ache, and a toothache. If like your wisdom teeth are hurting or your molars. So stomach ache. We have these two K sounds here. Stomach ache. Yeah. Now the word ache basically means pain, okay, or it means hurting. So you attach it to the body part that is hurting. Now the ones down here, we have a cold. Okay, so if you have a stuffy nose or your nose is runny and maybe you're sneezing and you have a headache, you have congestion, we would call this a cold. You could have a cough, a fever, the flu. Now, if your eyes are really tired, maybe you've been looking at the computer for too long, or you've been looking at your phone all day. If your eyes are tired, you can say that you have sore eyes. Okay, sore eyes. And it's the same thing with your throat, okay? So if your tonsils hurt, or you've been screaming or talking all day, or you caught some sort of cold and it hurts near your neck, you can say you have a sore throat. A sore throat. Excuse me. Okay, so let's look at how we would use some of these words within the context of a sentence. Or actually, before we get to that, first let's look at the verb to have. Now, we want to look at the verb to have and how we can use it in the present. In this moment, right now, if I'm talking about today. So, first, of course, we always start with the pronoun. Who is the person that you're referring to? It can either be I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. Okay. So, in order to use the verb have in the present, I'm going to say, I have, you have. Now, of course, these next three are the third person. Okay. So, for these three, we have to add an S at the end of our verb. Okay. Whoops, I messed up there. Let me see. It's actually going to be he, she, and it. We have to add an S. So I'm going to say he has, she has, and it has for the present. And then for we and they, we will also use have. Okay, so we have and they have. So these are affirmative sentences. They are positive sentences. But if you want to say no, no, I do not. Okay, so you're going to say, I don't have. You don't have. Okay, and then take a look at the third person. For he, she, and it, we're going to do something a little bit different. So we're going to add an S to the do. And then we're going to use it with the verb have. Okay, so he doesn't have, she doesn't have, it doesn't have. And then for we and they, it's just back to normal. We don't have and they don't have. Okay, so that's how we would use it correctly for the present. Are there any questions so far? Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so now I want us to practice using the verb to have in the present. Okay, so if we're going to use it in the present, let's go ahead and see how we would use it for number one. I have a cold. Okay, so this is the present. I have. Number two, he has a sore throat. Okay, because he's the third person, we're going to use an S here. For number three, my daughter
has.
Correct. My daughter has the flu. Okay, because here we're talking about the daughter. So the daughter is a she. So the third person, she has. Okay. And then number four, do you
Have.
have a headache? Now, listen to how I'm saying it. So this is a question. So it actually needs to sound like a question. Okay. Do you have a headache? Okay, so your voice kind of changes. It goes up and down when you are asking questions in English. Do you have a headache? All right. And then number five, my husband
Has.
has a toothache. Remember the CH, you're going to say the K sound. Toothache. All right. And the reason we're using has for the husband is because the husband is a he. So we're using it in the third person. He has. Okay. So this is the correct way to look at these sentences if we're using have in the present. I have a cold. He has a sore throat. My daughter has the flu. Do you have a headache? My husband has a toothache. All right. Are there any questions here? Okay, let me go ahead and erase it so we can go to the next slide. Let's see here. Okay, so here we have a conversation, okay? So we have a patient that is calling the doctor's office, and the reason that the patient is calling is because they have a headache, okay? So listen to the conversation, and then I'm gonna choose a couple of students so that you guys can practice speaking as well, okay? Dr. Lopez's office. How may I help you? Hi, I'd like to make an appointment. When would you like to come in? Tomorrow. What kind of problem are you having? I have a bad headache. Okay, let me help you schedule something. Could you come in tomorrow at 2? Yes, that would be fine. Okay, we'll see you then. Thank you. Bye. Okay, some things that I want you to notice here. We have, for example, this verb would, okay? You do not say the L. The L is silent. You're simply going to say would, okay? Would, as in a piece of wood, okay? No L. It's the same thing here. Could you come in tomorrow at 2? The L is silent. So you do not say the L. You're going to say could. Okay. And then the same thing here. Yes, that would be fine. No L sound. You're just going to say would. Okay. Remember, this here is schedule, and then this one is headache. So just take a moment to read through it by yourself. Okay, so now I'm going to pick a couple of students if you'd like to participate. If you don't want to participate, that's fine. Just let me know. That's no problem. But can I get let's see here. Could I get Daniel? And then could I get Genesis? Okay, so Daniel, you can be the secretary if that's
Okay.
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 And then Genesis, could you please be the patient?
Yes.
Okay, you can start. Secretary.
Dr. Lopez office. How may I help you?
Hi, I'd like to make an appointment
When would you like to come in?
tomorrow.
What kind of problem are you having?
I have a bad headache.
Okay, let me help you schedule something. Could you come in tomorrow at 2 p.m.?
Yes, that would be fine.
Okay, we'll see you then.
Thank you. Bye.
Great. That was a perfect practice. Okay, so this is really one of those good ones to have. If you want to like take a picture of this or keep it somewhere in your notes, this is usually how those conversations are going to go when you pick up the phone. There might be some different questions or some different phrases you've got to use, but this is the general sense of making an appointment when you need to go to the doctor. Now let's see here. Who else? Whoops, sorry about that. Let's see. Could I get Jessica? Would you like to be the secretary? And then Maria Marlene, would you like to be the patient?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. You can be the secretary. And then let's see. If you want to, Maria, you can be the second person, the patient. Let's see here. I'm not sure if Maria's microphone is working. Lourdes, would you like to be the patient?
Hello?
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so Jessica, you can go ahead and start.
Dr. Lopez's office, how may I help you?
Hi. I'd like to make an appointment
When will you like to come in?
tomorrow.
What kind of problem are you having?
I have a bad headache.
Okay, let me help you schedule something. Could you come in tomorrow at 2?
Yes, that will be fine.
Okay. I see you then.
Thank you. Bye.
Very good. Thank you, ladies. So this is a good practice one. Let me see if we have another one. We will have a little other conversation practice later on here. But before that, I want to show you some of the most common phrases that you can use when you're making an appointment, okay? So you can use these over the phone or if you're there in person. So the most common expressions when you're wanting to ask, you can say, could I make an appointment, please? Could I make an appointment, please? I would like to make an appointment. I would like to make an appointment. Or if you want to use a contraction for I would, you can say I'd like to make an appointment. I'd like to make an appointment. Or if you want to be more specific, you can say, I need an appointment for next week. I need an appointment for next week. Okay. So we've already kind of looked at that conversation. I want to show you this video that gives us another example of how to talk with the doctor's office.
If you work in a team, you've got to try Monday.com. Go to Monday.com and manage all your team's work on a powerful platform that's easy to use. So easy.
I would like to make an appointment to see Dr. Smith.
What do you need to see the doctor for?
I just need an annual checkup.
Okay, the doctor's next available appointment is next Monday at 10 a.m.
That's perfect. Do I need to bring anything with me?
Please bring your insurance card and photo ID.
I would like to make an appointment to see Dr. Smith.
What do you need to see the doctor for?
I just need an annual checkup.
Okay, the doctor's next available appointment is next Monday at 10 a.m.
That's perfect. Do I need to bring anything with me?
Please bring your insurance card and photo ID.
Okay, so I'm going to share the link to that video with you if you'd like to watch it again later. So if you click open the group chat, I put the link in there so you can open it up on your computer. Okay, let's look at this next part. So the other important thing we need to figure out when we're making an appointment is learning how to describe our symptoms, okay? Why do we want to go to the doctor? What's the problem? So we're going to read this story about Nina, okay? And then we're going to answer some questions together. Today, I feel very sick. I think I have a cold. I have a headache and a sore throat. I have an earache and I'm coughing. I feel terrible. I can't go to work. I have an appointment with the doctor today at 2. I hope I feel better tomorrow. Okay, let's listen to that one more time. Today, I feel very sick. I think I have a cold. I have a headache and a sore throat. I have an earache and I'm coughing. I feel terrible. I can't go to work. I have an appointment with the doctor today at 2. I hope I feel better tomorrow. Okay, so keeping that in mind, let's look here. First of all, how does Nina feel today? Do you remember? What did she say? How did she feel? Was she doing great? What was her situation? Yeah, she's very sick. And so how do we know this? Like what are Nina's symptoms? What did she say that she felt?
She have a headache and a sore throat.
Yeah, so she's telling us that she feels she's sick because she has a headache, a sore throat. She's also coughing. So what is she going to do about it? What is her plan?
She don't go to work. She don't go to work.
Yeah, that's right. So she's not going to work today. Oh, and then yeah, Oksana says she's going to have an appointment at the doctor's office. So she's going to go see what's going on with her. So we're going to look at the story one more time, and then I want to show you what the verbs are in this story. Okay, so we're going to underline them. So let's go back here. Okay, starting with the first sentence. Today, I feel very sick. I feel. This is the action here. I think I have a cold. I think I have. I have a headache and a sore throat. I have. I have an earache and I'm coughing. I have. I am coughing, okay? Both of these things together are the verb phrase because I'm talking in the present continuous. I am coughing. This is what I'm doing. I feel terrible. I feel. I can't go to work. So can't. Go is the negative of go in the present, okay? I have an appointment with the doctor today at 2. Again, using I have. I hope I feel better tomorrow. I hope and I feel. Okay, so the verbs that we have throughout here, we have feel, think, have, Have, we use have a lot. Am coughing, feel, can't go, have, hope, and feel. Okay. So you can use the same pattern to talk about your symptoms with the doctor, but you can also use this when you're having a conversation with a friend and they're asking you how you're doing. Okay. This is the same way that we will respond. Are there any questions so far? Okay, let's move on to the next part. So we're going to look at using the verb have and the verb feel. Okay. So when the question is, what's the matter? What's wrong? Okay, you're going to answer using the verb have. Okay. For example, I have a headache. You have a sore throat. She has the flu. We have a cold. You have a stomach ache. They have a backache. Okay. But if the question is, how do you feel? How do you feel? You're going to use the same verb feel in the way that you respond. I feel sick. You feel sad. She feels bad. We feel awful. You feel terrible. They don't feel well. Okay. So looking here at all of these words like bad, awful, and terrible, they all mean the same thing. These are three different ways to talk about something negative, something bad that's going on. Okay. Depending on how dramatic or how specific you want to be, you can say you feel terrible, or you feel awful, or you feel bad. Okay. So the adjectives that we use with feel, there's a variety of them. Okay. So these are some opposites. So you can say that you feel sick or you feel fine. Another way to say fine would be well. Okay. So if you're feeling okay, you can say, I feel well. You can be sad or happy. You can be bad or good. Okay. So if you've been sick for a while and you are recuperating, you're in recovery, you can say, I feel better. Okay. Again, with the negative, you can be awful or you can be great. And then the opposites here, you can be terrible or terrific. Okay, so those are just some different ways to describe how you're feeling. Okay. So the way that you would say, I feel sick, or I feel happy. I feel bad. I feel great. I feel terrific. Okay. So this is also another good chart to keep when you're studying and practicing, because these are very common words that you will be using in your conversation, and not just with the doctor. Okay, so now we're going to use the correct form of the verbs have or feel. Okay, so you are going to help me decide, are we going to use the verb have or the word feel? Now we're going to use it in the present. Okay, and then we're going to practice the conversation together. So here it says, hi Siri, how are you? I terrible. So here, are we going to use have or feel? I
Feel.
Yeah, I feel terrible. What's the matter? I
Have.
I have a headache and a sore throat. That's too bad. Do you
Have.
do you have a cold? Yes, I
Have.
have an appointment to see the doctor today. Well, I hope you feel better. Thanks. Okay, so looking through this whole conversation, we have a person A who's speaking, and then we have a person B. Okay, so these are our two different persons that are talking. Let's see. If you'd like to participate, Valeria, would you like to be person A? And then Maria, would you like to be person B? Maria da Silva, if you'd like to turn on your microphone, and you guys can practice together, okay?
Okay.
So Maria, you can be person B, and then let's see. I don't know if Valeria, if her microphone is turned on, but she can be person A. All right, so you can start, Valeria.
Okay. Hey. Hi, Sherry. How are you?
That's me, right?
Yeah, and then B, you say, I feel.
Okay. I feel terrible.
What matters? What is matter?
Okay. I have a headache and sore throat.
That is too bad. Do you have a cold?
Yes, I have an appointment to see the doctor today.
Well, I hope you feel better.
Thanks.
Very good. Good job, ladies.
Thank you.
So this is pretty much how that conversation will go if you're talking to a friend, okay? So when you're just having a normal conversation with somebody, they'll usually ask you, how are you? What's the matter? Are you okay? I hope you're doing good, okay? So this is just a general one. Now, I would recommend if you want to practice this one at home, you can take a picture of it and then try to find someone in your house who will practice with you, like maybe one of your children or your spouse, okay? So that way you get a little bit more comfortable speaking this way, okay? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and erase it now so we can go to the next slide. Too bad it never lets me keep it because then it goes on to the next one, but that's okay. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how we feel today. Okay. So for example, you can use a sentence I feel, or you can use the sentence I have. Okay. So let's say, for example, if somebody asks me, how are you doing today? Well, I feel bad. I think I have a cold. Okay. Or how do you feel today? Oh, I feel good. It's been a good day. Okay. But before we do that, I'm going to give everybody a turn to turn on your microphone and answer the question. But before we do, let's look at this video. It's showing the different parts of the body. So if you want to practice talking about how your head hurts or your fingers are sore or anything like that, we'll look at the video first, and then I will give everybody a chance to answer this question today. Okay.
Live TV from 85 plus channels with local sports and news. YouTube TV. Try it free. Parts of the body. Head. Head. Forehead. Forehead. Hair. eyebrow, eyebrow, eyelashes, eyelashes, eyelid, eyelid, nose, nose, cheek, cheek, chin, chin, ear, ear, jaw, jaw, mouth, mouth, lips, lips, teeth, teeth, gums, gums, tongue, tongue, neck, neck, chest, chest, shoulder, shoulder, armpit or underarm, underarm, elbow, elbow, hand, hand, wrist, wrist, palm, palm, fingers, fingers, index finger, index finger, middle finger, middle finger, ring finger, ring finger, little finger or pinky, little finger, pinky, thumb, thumb, fingernail, fingernail, knuckles, knuckles, stomach, stomach, belly button, belly button, hip, hip, waist, waist, leg, leg, thigh, thigh, knee, knee, the K is silent, knee, shin, shin, calf, calf, foot, foot, ankle, ankle, heel, heel, toes, toes. Now it's your turn.
Okay, and so then this video gives you the chance to practice by yourself and repeat the part of each body. So I'm going to send this to you in the chat box. If you want to go ahead and open it up and watch it again later today, you're welcome to do that. Let's see here. Let me exit out of this. Okay. So now I'm going to give everybody a chance to tell me how you feel today, how you're doing today, okay? So you can either say I feel or I have. And just be honest. If you're sick, you can say I feel sick, I don't feel good, or I feel great, it's a good day, okay? Just something very simple, just one sentence. If you'd like to talk, I'm going to go down the list, okay, so that nobody interrupts each other. And so I will just call your name. You can turn on your microphone and give me your sentence, okay? And then make sure you turn it off and we will go to the next person and the next person until we finish. So I'll give you a few seconds to turn on your microphone. If you decide not to turn on your microphone, that's okay. You can answer in the chat box. And then I'll just go down the list, okay? So the first person, okay, so I'll answer it first, okay? How do you feel today? I feel good. It's been a great day so far. Okay, so now I'm going to ask Carolina, if you want to turn on your microphone. How do you feel today?
Hello, I feel a little tired today.
Okay, a little tired. Yeah, sometimes when you have sleep, you say, I feel sleepy. Okay, very good. Let's see, Maria da Silva, how do you feel today?
I feel very good.
Very good, that's good to know. Let's see, Daniel, how do you feel today?
I feel very well today.
Great. Genesis, how do you feel today?
I feel really good.
Oh, that's good to hear. Let's see here. Veronica, how do you feel today?
I feel very happy.
Good. That's good to hear. Let's see. Heidi, how do you feel today? Okay, we'll go to the next one. Isela, how do you feel today? Okay, I'll go to the next one. Jessica, how do you feel today?
I feel a little sleepy.
Oh yeah, it's time to take a nap, huh? Let's see, Lourdes, how do you feel today?
I feel good.
That's good.
Yeah, it's has been a quiet and easy day.
Very good. Yeah, that's good to hear. Let's see, Maria Marlene, how do you feel today?
I feel happy today.
That's good. It's a good day. Oksana, how do you feel today? Okay, we'll go to the next one. Valeria, how do you feel today?
I feel very well.
Oh, that's good to hear. Let's see, Vilma, how do you feel today? And I think that was everybody on my list. Okay, guys. Very good. If anybody wants to answer in the comments how they're feeling today, you can go ahead and do that. You're also welcome to do that. But so far, does anybody have any questions for me today? Any questions about our class?
No.
No, you're doing good, guys?
No,
Okay.
I'm fine.
Let me go ahead and take attendance and write your name down for today. Let's see, I have Carolina, Maria da Silva. I have Daniel, Genesis. Let's see who else I've got. Veronica, Isela, Jessica, Lourdes, Maria Marlene. I have Oksana, Valeria, and Vilma. Okay, guys, I think one of you guys answered me in the chat box. Okay, yeah, you're here. Okay, really good. Make sure that you guys open up those links in the chat box right now before we finish class. That way they'll open up on your computer and you can keep it there for later, okay? So that was all for me today. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about grammar. So we are continuing our second part of the simple present tense, okay? So make sure you're here for that. And actually, that's a reason that we were talking about it today as well. We were practicing the verb to have and the verb to feel, and we were using them in the present. So you will see that again tomorrow, okay? So make sure you're studying that and reviewing your notes. I will tell you the best way to learn it is just by speaking, is just by doing it, okay? Whether you do that at home, whether you try to practice with someone on the phone, whatever works best for you. And I recommend that you do it on a daily basis, that you're studying some way, your verbs, vocabulary words, reading the newspaper, listening to the news on TV. All of those things will help you become accustomed to listening to the language so that you become a little bit more comfortable speaking it, okay? Another reminder, we started conversation classes this week, okay? So if you'd like to go back to our website, you can open up the calendar and look down where it says conversation classes and you can register. It's free. And so in that class, you will be speaking a little bit more, okay? That's the purpose of that class. Okay. So that's it for me today, guys. Okay, have a good rest of your day.
Thank
You
you.
too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.